guys, welcome back to the Community Cares Podcast. I'm Dave. I'm the Executive Director here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
And it's a beautiful day. I wanted to give you a singing intro from now on. And happy Monday. I hope you guys, we haven't really talked to you since the new year, right?
We haven't been live since the new year. Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. So yeah, we're really excited. We have a very, very special guest, a friend of mine. I'm sorry.
I wasn't done.
Who are you? What's your name, sir?
You didn't like my singing really threw you off that much?
Obviously.
No, I'm Chaplain Chaz. I have the honor of being the president, and I'll let Dave introduce our amazing guest.
So this week, we wanted to start highlighting those that are part of this organization, like Jeff here, who is our board of directors secretary. Thank you, Jeff, for serving and being a part of what we do here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. You have been an awesome secretary. Why don't you go and say hi to all of our viewers?
Hello, everybody, and thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you a part of the team, and you are a wealth of knowledge. You have a lot of experience on not only boards and nonprofit boards, but you do a lot in your community, and we thank you for stepping up into the secretary role. And as an officer, I will say on the record, you have given the very best notes out of any of the boards I've served on. So I really do thank you for stepping into that critical role.
Everyone's been saying that.
Yeah.
No.
Everyone on the board's like, Jeff's notes are crazy.
Yeah, and you have a heart for the mission.
Yeah,
and I'm sure you'll share a little bit later. But you have a personal connection if you feel comfortable. But this is a really important cause to love our community.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Absolutely. So thank you so much for being here, Jeff. We really appreciate it. So if you're new or newish to the Community Cares Podcast, we are Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, which is a local nonprofit. We give away clothes free to those in need. Our show here, the Community Cares Podcast, it takes place here at Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. Woo! Fireworks! Happy New Year! Just like Andrea Pelto. She said right there, Happy New Year. Thank you for commenting that. We are all about community, and that's why we do the Community Cares Podcast. We have a different resource normally on every single week, and this week the resource we're highlighting is Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. And we're going to try to have other board members on if everyone's willing. We're not going to force everyone to be a part of it. But
Yes, we are.
We are? Uh-oh.
I think they should.
We'll encourage our board members. But we have a great board. I really do love the people that really call Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet their organization, who help find their help the identity of Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet grow the way it does.
Yeah. And Andrea Pelto is a little sick today. She usually comes and supports us in person and brings dinner. But we hope you feel better. And Andrea Pelto said, thank you, Jeff.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. All right. So if you are watching us on Facebook or listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever else you get the podcast, just to let you know, this is a live show, and we do it here live on Mondays at 5:45, unless it's a holiday. Well, a lot of times we'll do pre-records if it's a holiday week or anything like that. But normally we do it live, and we do that intentionally so you can comment and be a part of it and ask us questions, ask our guests questions. A lot of times we'll have resources on, politicians, all sorts of different people. So it really is about a community conversation. So that's why we do it live. That's why we have these conversations with you and the people that come here.
It's all about we're stronger united and better together. And, the need is growing, unfortunately. And so we have to pull together to be able to serve our community better. So I always learn something new on every show that we have.
I know. There are so many shows where I walk away, I had no clue. Like the Dr. Rue episode. I'm still telling people about Dr. Rue because I thought it was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, people go to your house?
Like the old days.
And
like
it's the same
calls?
price as urgent care? Really? You sure about that?
That's awesome.
It's such a great program. And we have so many programs like that come on here that are just wanting to get the word out on what they're doing in the community because there's so many resources.
Yeah.
I had a client today, actually. She, her husband did not treat her well, did some things he shouldn't have done, and she came in here, teared up, and she didn't even really want to share her name with us because she was so scared of her husband and stuff like that. And so we're like, absolutely, we'll help you. We're here to help. We'll help you. And she's like, I really don't know what to do. My husband's always taking care of me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I took her over to our community resource area, showed her all the different places and flyers she can go and be a part of, and let her know about the other resources like the welfare office and other things that honestly I learned a lot of when I told her because of this podcast.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's amazing.
That's
So
fantastic.
that's what it's all about, is those community conversations, how we're able to better serve those clients that come in here and take care of that human being that is trying to get away from a bad situation. That's nuts that we're able to do that every single week here at Good Shepherd's Close Closet.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into community events that are happening in the community. And we always have this segment because we want you to be out in the community and being a part of what's happening. It's about more than just watching a show and learning information. Information's great, but these are practical ways that you can be a part of things that are happening in the Reno-Sparks area. The first thing we want to highlight is ice skating at the Grand Sierra Resort. It's happening now through March. It's a fun activity, which I'm going to force Chaz to do at some point.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no?
I'd like to see that, actually.
Board ice skating day.
Oh, that's a good idea. though. That would
How
be
could that
kinda
go
fun.
wrong?
I'll let Kathy know. Kathy's our events person for our board. She makes all those event things happen, but
She's also our general counsel and vice president.
Oh,
she is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we better have her check the legality.
If we all sign a waiver, we're all good.
I got it. Last time we did axe throwing. How about we do ice skating
Oh my
with
gosh,
axe
that's
throwing?
right. Yeah.
Yeah,
with axe throwing at the same time.
it was fun doing.
That would be cool.
That'd be a lot of fun actually.
You first.
They just opened a really cool dart bar at GSR actually,
nice.
where it's like all Star Wars themed.
Really?
Really?
Jeff's like, wait a second, what?
Well, we
I
were
don't
just
know if
talking
you know.
about
I
that
like
earlier, yeah.
Star Wars, but
You're full of it.
but
Are you serious?
yeah, no, serious. It's
Dude.
called like
Okay,
the dart.
that's what
hold
we're
on.
doing.
It's called the dart side.
That's what we're doing.
The dart side. I'm not joking, dude.
Okay, I'm going to check this out.
Check it out.
It's
Check
got
it out.
actual Star Wars memorabilia.
I don't know if it's it looks like you're inside of a Star Destroyer.
That's so
like,
Are the darts
Cool.
like little lightsabers?
I have no clue.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
That'd be cool,
what a
though.
great
That would be
idea.
cool. I think so.
Okay, looks like we got our next board.
It looks like a lot of fun. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and trust me, I'd tell you if I didn't like it. But the design looked really, really good. Nika and we actually spent the night at GSR overnight. Someone gifted us a room recently. And watched our son, which was awesome. So we have a new baby, and we were able to just have the night, just me and her.
Yeah, that's
That's
awesome.
great.
That sounds like fun. I'm excited to check that Darth side out.
The dart side. Have you ever
side
been
out.
on? Have you ever? So they have one of those 4D theater things at GSR. Have you ever been on one of those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
The things that shake you all over the place. And
Oh my goodness! So we went on it, and we were like, "Oh, it's only a couple bucks. Why not?" And so we went on it, and my back hurt so bad
yeah.
afterwards.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I was like, "What the heck?"
Your chiropractor will thank you.
The dad bod. breaking
I'm like, this thing's shaking me and spraying at me. I'm like,
man.
this is not fun.
Yeah.
That's funny.
There was also VR zombies. I should have done that one. That sounds
Oh,
more fun.
yeah. You know, I've heard of that. My kids did that when they were little.
Yeah.
And they came out. They're like, "How was it?" I said, "How was it?" They're like, "It was cool."
Yeah. they were in shock.
Yeah. I'm not sure. It seemed like a video game, I guess.
I don't know. I would do that. But yeah, it was and there's like ones with treadmills, so you're like feels
Treadmills?
like
You
you're
gotta work for
walking.
it?
Well, it's not a treadmill. It's like one that you like walk on, so you're
Oh.
technically staying still.
Like a VR kind of thing.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
so that's pretty nuts too. But the ones where they scan the room, and so like your room is also a part of the VR environment. Crazy
Wow.
stuff.
Okay.
Crazy.
But
Interesting.
Anyways, I know we went way off topic, but so GSR, there's a lot of stuff to do there.
Welcome
You
back
can,
to the Community Cares
right.
Podcast.
I know we've been percolating all sorts of things going on up here. The GSR, you can go ice skating, and it is you get like an hour time to do it. The gates open at 4 p.m. Ice time plus skate rentals are $19, and ice time only is $12. Only payable in person, so you got to bring that cash or card in person, and it's a lot of fun. I used to always do it as a family. We'd go ice skating all the time. It was always a fun thing for us.
Hey Jeff, so tell us about your what you're wearing. You got a Disney hat on, right?
I do.
And you wore that for our brother Dave over there.
I did.
And then who's the Wonder Woman shirt for?
Wonder Woman. Oh my gosh,
Oh.
no. This is West Virginia. Oh my gosh, that hurts. That hurts.
No,
Wonder Woman.
it looks like the symbol. I
Oh
thought.
my goodness.
Yeah, no, I was
easy,
trying not to wear anything. Well, yeah, you got me there, I suppose.
Wow.
Yeah. No, good old West Virginia.
The sports guy.
Anyways, second event is
We're having
Pause.
fun, right? We're having fun. That's what it's all
That's
about.
right. That's right. We're having fun. Pause for Love, who has actually been on the show. They're a great organization. They're what do they call them? Therapy dogs? Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
And they
Emotional support dog.
emotional support. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. And they're doing an event at the Sparks Library. That's going to be on January 11th from 11 to 12. It's reading. It's a reading program for children of all ages, presented by Pause for Love. Friendly dogs lend a loving and non-judgmental ear to beginning readers. After reading to a gentle dog, children receive a free book. So
love that.
you get a free
Okay.
book. You get to read with the dogs, and it creates a less threatening environment to read in public.
No, I
Oh,
love that.
interesting. Never thought about that. That's
Readers are leaders, right? And we got to really instill that for the younger generations. Do we still have the partnership with the box out back?
We never had a partnership with Pause for Love for
No,
a
no,
Box Out
with,
Back. For Spread the Word Nevada, yes.
Spread the word Nevada, yeah. So I just want to remind everybody, we can take your gently used children's books for spreading the word Nevada, right?
Mhm, Spread the Word Nevada.
Spread the word Nevada, and they recycle, they clean them up, and they give them back to schools and different children who can't afford to get books.
Absolutely, yeah. They do a bunch of Title I schools. They've been on the show. We should have them back. It's been a while
is
now.
it Whitney? Right?
but-
Whitney's
No. You're gonna put me on the spot like that? Come on, man. Come on, man. How many episodes are we on? We're on 72. 72. We've met a lot of people in this studio. Oh
yeah,
boy.
but I really do like that. That's a lot of fun for the kids. Good,
Yeah.
good free event, and honestly encourages good patterns and behaviors. So
Yeah, no, it's really cool to have that opportunity for a free book for the kiddos and to be able to go down and dogs really do change the environment, like for those
for
kids.
sure.
You know, to have a pet, to feel like, oh, this doggy likes me, right?
yeah.
But yeah, no, great program. If you go back to one of our episodes, it's the Pause for Love one. It's called Pause for Love, but one of our episodes we talk all about them. We had a few of their guests on the show. So a lot of fun. The third event we want to highlight is the Memorial Caravan on Monday, January 15th. The Northern Nevada Dr. MLK Jr. Memorial Committee will host the 26th annual Community Memorial Caravan at Greater New Hope Baptist Church, 1810 Helena Avenue in Reno. The event begins at 10:30, so it's a great caravan, especially for all the MLK Junior stuff.
Yeah, that's great. And it's an important day to remember. I also wanted to give a shout out for another event. It's going to take place on January 30th at the Ross Perkin Nobles Walton's Chapel off of Kitski. So we're going to be doing a candlelight remembrance ceremony. We do it every year. It's a little different than the Believe event. It's really an intimate kind of just a setting that's really private. We're in a dark chapel with lights, and we do some poem reading, and you get a chance to light a candle for your loved ones, and it's free to the community. And so any kind of loss, whether it was 20 years ago or this year, whether it was a vehicle accident, you lost your loved one, or someone who completed suicide, or health complications, we're stronger united. We want to give everybody together to remember there's power in our stories. And so we hope that, if you're hurting, you're grieving, it's a great time to remember your loved ones.
That's awesome. I think that's a beautiful thing for sure. Is that with Circle of Life Hospice?
Yeah, Circle of Life Hospice is putting
Okay.
it on. You can tell it's a long Monday.
Yeah.
But you can go to colhospice.com to learn more.
Mhm.
And then our Facebook page, we also will have an event starting tomorrow that you can click on and type that you're going.
That's so cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, definitely go down there. So yeah, we got a lot of good stuff happening in the community, even though it's winter time. We haven't had much snow yet, though. I've actually
Dude,
seen,
Yeah, it's streets this year.
I've seen a lot of people like post like, oh, missing snow. It's so funny. I mean, I think Our Town Reno reposted it or something. It was pretty funny.
That was funny. I saw it. I guess the average we get is 5.9 inches, and we only have 0.9 inches. So
Ooh.
There might be some big snowstorms, I'm hoping.
We'll see. A lot of times it happens in February, March, huh?
Yeah, it's true.
Welcome to Reno.
Welcome to Reno.
Yeah.
Reno Sparks.
Wait 5 minutes.
Yeah, wait 5 minutes. So we're gonna get to Jeff. Jeff, thank you for being here. We really appreciate it.
Well,
what
don't
are
hold
you
my
doing?
hand.
What are you
Nika
doing?
will get mad.
I'll hold your hand, buddy. Right there, right there, right there.
Well, go ahead and say our cliche saying, since you took my thunder. Just wanted to say,
Oh, sorry.
be the change that you
Sorry.
want to see in the world.
I'm a little particular. I apologize.
Which
This moment brought to you by.
Holding hands.
this gentleman really embodies that. We thank you for stepping up and
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about why you were interested in being, a part of Good Shepherd's Closed Closet and helping drive this mission forward.
So before you start, though, I actually want to interrupt.
Oh, here comes a scary
no,
story.
So it's not a scary story. So Jeff, how I met Jeff was
right.
very interesting. I was selling gear online. I sell stuff online when I'm done with it. I had a kick drum mic I was selling, and this guy messaged me online. I'm really interested in it. Are you sure about that price? I'm like, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you. And
Tell them I'm cheap too. That's good. Yeah, that's great.
no, you're not. But you came. No, most people try to heckle, dude. Most people are like, or not heckle, barter is the word.
I'll give you half what you're asking.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So you normally, when you sell something on Facebook Marketplace, everyone knows you go higher, and then they ask, "Hey, would you mind going lower?" And they're like, "Yeah." You didn't even do that. You were like, "I'll take it." So I was like, "Okay, cool." And so this guy comes or whatever, and I give him the mic, which was awesome. Nice little extra cash in my pocket. And then it was like the next week, I saw you playing drums
And you were on the phone when I saw you.
on.
Remember when I bought the mic? You were actually on the
Oh,
phone.
that's right. I
We
didn't even talk to you.
Right. It was like
I was in
here
the
you
middle of something.
go. Yeah. Have a nice day. Yeah.
Have a nice day. Bye. And
Wow.
I know how nice. What great service.
Oh, no.
Anyways,
It's fun.
and it was Facebook Marketplace. What do you think? And so I later like look you up, and I'm like, oh, he's a drummer. That's kind of cool. And I just started at a church, being a worship pastor at one locally, and we didn't have a drummer. And so I noticed he was playing some worship music, and so I went through it, and I was like, oh, he's actually really good. I was like, hey, you play drums, huh? And he's like, yeah, I play drums. And I'm like, are you interested in maybe jamming sometime or whatever?
I think I said no.
And at first you said no or something like that. And then eventually, you said yes.
Eventually. Yes.
And then we got together, played music. One of the best drummers I've ever played with. Excellent drummer. And then we were talking about churches, and sometimes in church you have church hurt and other things. We talked about past churches we were part of, and one of the ones we both mentioned, I was like, oh yeah, my parents at one point went to this church called UFF or whatever, and he's like, oh my gosh, UFF, what's your parents' name? And I'm like, Robin Joanne McLaughlin. He's like, I think I have a picture of you. I'm like, oh, this is getting weird,
I
dude.
actually have it,
This
yeah.
is getting weird now. This guy.
Why would you have a picture of me? Yeah.
This guy had just played drums. I went over to his house, jammed with him, and playing drums with. And then he's like, I have a picture of you. I'm like, this is strange. And then I think you pulled it up the next time we hung out. You brought it. You're like, look, I told you I had a picture of you. I'm
And
like,
you were 4, I think, in that
oh
picture.
my gosh. I was like, yeah, I was 4 in the picture. And so it was churches used to do the old what
Like
is it
a
called?
yearbook
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just take, and so you had a picture of me and my family. I thought it was super weird.
Dude, I remember when I was a kid, my family went to Grace Church, and they had we would do those yearly pictures, and we took this family picture, and we were all dressed in the awful denim.
Oh, excellent.
And it was
Excellent.
like, that is such a classic,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was like that old Olin Mills, like, studio
Yeah.
pictures and stuff.
That's funny.
Like the felt background. It's kind of a wavy library back
Oh,
here or something,
yeah.
you remember?
That's funny. Those are kind of in now. I see.
Are they
But,
really?
Yeah.
Come to make it a comeback?
Okay.
Anyways, so that was my first experience with Jeff. Great guy. And then we played drums, different churches and all sorts of things for a while. And then eventually one day, we were talking back and forth. I'm like, wait, what do you do again? Where do you work? And then he'll tell you all about what he does in a little bit. Very smart man. loves the community, loves Jesus, loves what's going on, right? He really has a heart for the community, and so I was like, would you be interested in being on our board? And he, honestly, one of the best decisions our board made. What a great board member, great guy, and so thank you so much. And I just wanted to hype you up a little bit, and also tell that weird story. It's all you, man.
I wanted to tell. So he's been. Dave had been talking about you being possibly a board member for quite a while. And I remember when he started first telling me about you, one of the first things he said was, yeah, this guy's like super smart. He's been on all these boards, and he named them. And he was like, yeah, he's just one of the most incredible drummers, and he's got one eye.
I did say that.
Yeah, you said.
I can see that.
You did. You said something very similar. I was like, well, I don't know what that's. That sounds good. Okay.
That sounds interesting.
I'd like to.
Chaz is like, what? Dave, you okay? No, I'm not okay.
What kind of people do you hang out with?
It's okay. He told me my breath was really bad one time, so
That was one time, okay?
we have fun. That's okay.
All right, Jeff. I'm sorry to take up so much of your time.
Oh, no,
I
this
just
is
really
great.
wanted to share that story. So, Jeff, why don't you tell us all about maybe a little bit of your background and why you're serving with Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet now?
Sure. Well, I guess it's been a while since this all started. So back when I was in college, I had let's just say I didn't make some great decisions, as most young college students don't, and I found myself in a situation where I was in need of housing, food, clothing, and I was going through a really hard time, and I just remember at the time, just whatever, I had to do whatever I had to do to find a way to make it work, and I'd walked away from the Lord for about a year and a half, and the Lord was bringing me back around, and so it was all about really bringing me down to my lowest point where I can truly trust Him in everything that with everything that I need. So at the time, in order to get food or clothing or whatever, it was hard because there weren't places like the Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet. I mean, I had to find people who would help me out, or
right.
Maybe I was in my car for a while, and just you feel that sense of desperation, like Lord, where else am I going to go with this? And I just remember having to scrounge around, like go to Savers and go to other places, go to the for doing job interviews and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be professional, and I wanted to have some sort of dignity when I walked into the office to have this interview or to meet with a customer. And I mean, it's hard when you have to look for food in places where, go to food shelters or food banks. There is a sense of, you really feel almost like you're not embarrassed, but you're just kind of, how did I ever let myself get to this point?
Yeah.
Right.
So that was a number of years ago, and which when you told me you were 4 and I'm like a number of years old, that didn't help. No, but anyway, so when I heard about this organization, and I thought, oh, this is great. You guys have a service where you're actually giving clothes to people, and you're doing it in such a way where they actually have that sense of dignity and respect, and you care about them. And, I've seen it when I was here helping out one time, and I walked away thinking, oh my gosh, just the stories that you hear and the people that you get to help, it's worth it. It is absolutely worth it, and I would do anything I can to help this organization.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I'm speechless. But honestly, you're right. That's what this is all about, is providing that hope and dignity for those in need, right? So why don't you tell us a little bit about why you have a heart for the community you do. I know you touched on it a little bit, but I want to dig in a little bit deeper for like the
therapy session.
Where are we going with this?
Well, you got 10 minutes.
Excellent. All right, summarize.
some of those more specific things, like why when you were here volunteering, that was great. It was. Rob and I were pretty short. We needed help that night. You came in and helped volunteer. Why don't you tell us maybe how that changed your perspective, maybe what your perspective was beforehand and how it changed your perspective.
Well, I knew the stats, right? I knew what the Good Shepherd Clothes Closet produced every month, what they gave away. And, I had come in once to see the location, and, well organized. There's, everything's clean, well run. I knew that. But what changed my perspective is there was a couple that came in, and I remember, we were actually, it was kind of funny at first. And like, the clothes go this way. You have to hang the hangers this way. You have to do this. I'm like, man, you're a man after my own heart. I mean, this is exactly what I'm about. I mean, order, right?
It's Robin. It's not Dave.
Oh, okay. So we're just following suit. Gotcha.
Dave's chaotic.
Oh,
Robin is
Yeah,
order.
Dave wants 200 boxes on the side of the.
That's right.
Just kidding.
You're gonna bring that to the podcast?
Yeah. Well, there's this game called Jenga. I think it is possible, but no, there was this couple in this one night, and I just remember thinking to myself, like, I won't say the exact circumstance or what it was, but just watching the. So there was a guy. He didn't want to come in because he was kind of ashamed, and I knew what that felt like, and and she was trying to understand, like, why wouldn't he come in? Why can't he do this? And so I was able to use my experiences to talk with her and explain to her, this isn't, there's a reason why he won't come in, and he needs somebody to help him out, to just tell him it's okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of. This is something that is helpful to you, and just being able to relate that story to her was just, to me, was helpful and almost kind of, therapeutic as well. Just realizing that the Lord really turned this around to where it can. And I've helped multiple people over the years with these kinds of things, but it was different. It was just a different story because it was one-on-one.
That sounds like your story of realization with Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet.
Yeah, when I didn't want to work here. Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, when I was, Jeff, I may have told you this story already, but when I started, I didn't want to work here. I was a pastor, and that's what I did. And then it was my first day. A gentleman comes in, blisters on his face, didn't smell good. It was February. It was one of the snowier winters, and he just kind of got watery eyes and just said, "Sir, can I get a blanket?" And it was like a light bulb went off, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I've never needed a blanket. I've been doing all sorts of nonprofit work, but never given someone a blanket that needs it. And to be able to have that organized in the back, ready to give to that gentleman when he needed it most, in February when it's cold, where I guarantee you that blanket was probably a lifeline for him.
Yeah.
And it could have saved his life, yeah.
And to have a year-round location that's open every week, where people know they can get the clothing they need for free, is so important and so powerful.
And it's not like the clothing is poor quality either. I mean, everything that is here is well taken care of. It's top notch. I mean, it's not like you're giving something tattered just so someone's thrown out. I mean, you're giving them a good quality article of clothing, a good blanket, shoes. I mean, things that, like you said, are lifelines to some people that can literally, in February, could save their life.
Yeah. And, that couldn't happen without our volunteer base and our donors. Those are the two things that make that possible. Truly. Our volunteers literally make that possible. Without them sorting, making sure, going through every single donation, we wouldn't have those nice clothing to put out. We wouldn't have that blanket organized and clean in the back. We wouldn't have those items without the people that come here and sacrifice their time every single week. Yeah. I mean, to have a volunteer base like we have, I've never been a part of an organization that has this many volunteers that are this consistent, that donate this many hours. I talk to other EDs about this, or CEOs, and they're like, you have how many volunteers that donate how much time? Because people believe in this cause.
They're passionate.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they see it. Yeah. They see the people walking in. And without the donors donating clothing and financially, this doesn't happen. This can't stay open without that.
And it's not just those who are displaced. I mean, that is a large amount of our clients that we serve. But I was just looking at the camera probably 20 minutes ago, and there were little girls with their families shopping for school clothes.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
I mean, there's seniors out there. It really affects so many, especially in this economy with people struggling.
Right.
And the need is growing, and then our micro closets. What you always say is we meet people where they're at, and I
Right.
love that. So Eddie House, Circle Life Guest House, and Bristlecone. I mean, it's just an amazing organization.
Right, absolutely, and that's what it's all about, is making sure to get people exactly what they need, and we're working to figure out more ways to be able to make that a reality. And who knows what this next year will bring. We know.
Can we say it?
We know pieces of it.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I got that other MOU back today.
How did you not tell me that?
I just got it today.
Wow.
Just got it today.
Congratulations.
That's awesome.
So
That's coming soon.
we'll talk about it. It's a big announcement. So that's pretty big.
Oh,
but we
yeah.
can't talk about it
We
yet.
got to get her on the show.
But
So where are
we
those
do.
fireworks
We
now?
do.
That was great
Whoa.
news.
Yeah, where are those fireworks,
Dude, I was
Jazz?
just going to ask you today. No, I literally this
Did you do
morning
that?
checked my email.
That's it.
Yeah.
and I was about to message you, and then I got sidetracked because my
Yeah.
ADHD.
Oh yeah, I know.
It
I know.
was coming. I
Same.
would have remembered that. That's
We-
awesome.
Super awesome, huge blessings coming up, guys, and
Wow.
we literally would not be able to do this without you guys. Like, there's no way, like, without people caring about what we're doing. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy to see how much clothes come through this organization, and we give it away for free to the people that need it most. And it's cool to be a part of.
It's just, and to when we donate clothes too, I know for me, to know that that's going to someone in need and they're not being charged at all, that means a lot, right? I
Yeah.
mean, it's a way for people who can't volunteer time to get involved financially. And, you know, where we used to serve, you know, maybe, 50 to 70 people, sometimes there's over 100 now in a day.
That's
Our
amazing.
averages, I just redid our averages. We're hitting around 800 people a month now here at our
Wow.
store location.
Not
and
including micro closets.
Not including micro closets. Our micro closets, Eddie House, the last numbers they gave me was about 500 a month there. And then between Bristlecone, Circle of Life, Guest House, we probably have, I don't know, another 10 a month,
That's
12
a
a
lot.
month. So Eddie House is definitely more. Like there's a lot more because they give away a lot more, which is great. But we're giving away a huge number of clothing. But with the micro closet partners, we're able to get some of those organizations very specifically what they need. So that's the difference between that, right? Here at Good Shepherd, it's definitely like you get a long list of things, a big list of items you can get. With our micro closet partners, everyone kind of operates a little bit differently, but they're all clothing based, obviously. But we're able to very specifically help some of these clients that need it most.
It's just incredible. And I did want to give a shout out. I won't give the exact numbers, but if you take our expenses for this past year and you take away the expense, which is really not an expense because it's an asset of our Molina healthcare truck for our micro closets, and then you look at the giving that we got, we actually had a huge increase of expenses because of all the need that has arose and our different partners of expansion. But we actually, our giving came in a little bit right over our expenses. And so I want to give a huge thank you for all those who made the year-end gifts and really were dedicated to seeing this mission forward. Thank you so much because there's no way, I mean, that's historic for us with the increase of expenses. And even more excitingly is what we have in store this next year. And we will need you guys to support us and the community to really come together to make these extensions happen. But it's going to take, it's going to meet a huge amount of the need. Which is so exciting.
100%. And it's going to be awesome. It really is. I'm really excited to see it. So thank you, Jeff, for being a part of this journey and this mission. You're an awesome guy.
Well, thank you.
And thank you for sharing your story and some of your experience here. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience?
You know, it's not often that you meet somebody who you have a connection with, right? And not just because of the church connection, right? It's just, you know, we have something in common. We have the Lord in common, and it's one of the things that, you know, doesn't. People would say it, but they don't always demonstrate it. And I think that the people that are here do that. You know, they demonstrate that integrity, that level of commitment, that level of passion, and I'm just absolutely blessed to be a part of it. And I just thank you guys for allowing me to do this.
Wow.
Oh, we're so honored to have you. Thank you.
And beyond that, I just want to let you guys know, if you're looking to get involved with Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet as well, that we do have a 100% giving board. So thank you, Jeff, for being a giver. I appreciate that, and Chaz for being a giver.
And we won an award for that with the Community Foundation of Northern Nevada. So that was awesome.
Yeah, huge. Thank you, Jeff, for being a part of that. I appreciate it. And not only do you help hands-on stuff, you help with behind-the-scenes Secretary of State filing things, all sorts of things. Like, seriously, you're helping with the things that most people don't want to help with.
Yeah.
So,
it shows your heart.
And you're also, you go above and beyond. Like, dude, I'm not joking. Your notes are nuts.
That's the best.
Like,
seriously.
at our meetings, his notes are crazy. I'm like, those so much detail.
Oh, I try.
It's so action items are easy to find. I'm like, this is awesome. I think I used your notes after our last meeting as a checklist.
Really? Excellent. I'm going to hold you to that.
Oh boy.
I like this guy. I like him.
All right. Well, anything else anyone else wants to add before we close it out?
I just wanted to say thank you, Dave, for your dedication as an executive director. You're humble, but just since I've been here and a few months before you got promoted, the organization was 6 months behind rent and close to shutting down. And it was a combination of things. People were working hard to keep it open. And it's not against anybody in particular, but it was a tough time. And you answered the call that God gave you on your heart, and you stepped forward. You're creative. Sometimes it's like, slow down. How are we actually going to do that? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, and what I loved is that you bring people together. You've created an amazing board, and then the volunteers respect you and your leadership. It's not easy to lead volunteers that aren't paid.
No.
And to be able to have a store that's organized like that, and then you bring the right people together and networking with all our partner organizations to give the best care to the people that we serve. And so I'm very, very honored to serve with you and proud. And I know I give you a hard time, but you are one of the finest executive directors I've ever met.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
That's a huge
You have a lot of
compliment.
vision. That's for sure. You have a big vision.
Wait till you guys hear what's coming 2025.
Dude, we're gonna have fun. I love doing the podcast with you, and we're gonna keep doing this. We're gonna keep doing all the crazy things Good Shepherd Clothes Closet does. Chaz isn't going anywhere. Thank goodness.
And
You're not allowed
thank you
to.
for my last show. I love you guys.
Signing off for now.
Signing off for now.
See you next week.
If you guys want to find out more about Good Shepherd's Clothes Closet, please visit getclothes.org. You can give, you can volunteer, you can donate clothing. There's all sorts of things you can do, and all the information's on there. So make sure to visit getclothes.org or click the link in this video. If you're listening, jump onto Facebook. If you're on Facebook, jump on to listening if you want. It's great to be able to download it and listen to it in your car. And Andrea Pelto says, thank you, Dave. Great job. Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you, Jeff. She said as well. So I guess you're poor Chaz.
Oh, thank you to Andrea. She's a huge supporter, both financially and in time and awareness and
just
it's amazing
emotionally.
people, yeah.
Emotionally, like
She'll bring us pizza sometimes. It's been a rough.
Oh, that's
dude,
glorious.
it was so.
That's
It was
glorious.
so. Yeah, it's been some days where you're like, and then you see Grimaldi's from Andrea. You're like, oh my gosh, yes. And she was great on the parade. She was just waving at everyone. It was
that
fun.
was so much fun.
That was so much fun.
Your mom did an amazing job. I won't say your dad.
That's so cool.
You can get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out getclothes.org, like, subscribe, do all the things, and we'll see you next week. We help over 800 people a month, no matter what. We're asking you to come alongside and help one. All right, guys. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Happy New Year.